hiding? What is that Sam Alfandika and what is his name again? Chisi, the IT guy of MEC. What is it that they have put in there? Now we want to say openly here, don't only take those alliance. Take all of them three. Mr. Peter Mutharika and his running mate. Mr. Lazarus Chakwera and his running mate. Mbaguwagu and his running mate. They must come one day to check in the computer so that they can verify what is in. And I want to urge you, Dr. Chifundo Kajale, you have decided what we asked 2 months ago, that Malaya Electoral Commission headquarters must be relocated to the capital city of the country. Today, when you answered our call, we said, thanks heaven. Thanks heaven, because our prayers are being answered. And we want to say this, by removing Malaya Electoral Commission from Blantyre to Lilongwe, Peter Mutharika has lost elections. Fustut. I don't know if you understand that. It's Afrikaans. Fustut, on the spot. It's done. Why? They were winning because of that ghost user. They say, what is his name again? Moland or something. Or Mole, I don't know his name. He is the one who was manipulating, because mega offices were having underground cables for rigging. The Bakiri Mluzi style of stealing votes. Now we want to say something. Malawi is not of the Mluzis. And Malawi has got no name as Mluzi or Mutharika. Malawi is Malawi, coming from the Malawi. Therefore, no one will manipulate its destiny. No one. That is first movie. Movie number 2. The Constitution of the Republic demands 14 days before elections, there must be a dissolve of cabinet. We are not asking because we know Mr. Peter Mutharika is not a leader who follows the laws. He is a lawbreaker all the time. He cannot dissolve cabinet. Therefore, Muvi Wachilungamo is dissolving cabinet today. We are asking the parliament, the judiciary, and the military, you must make sure all Mercedes-Benz with flying flag on them for ministers must be all stopped. Ministers must go home and use their private cars. They are no longer ministers. And in fact, it was supposed to be 14 days ago. It was supposed to be on the 8th. But up to date, 11 days to go to elections, they are still ministers. Someone is even presenting budget. You present a budget in a government that you are not going to be. And then you say, fertilizer is 5,000. Mr. Mwanamvika. Politics is not a game of people that don't have sense. Excuse me. Movie number 3. We just heard that DPP, President Peter Mutharika, UDF, have disconnected IFMS machine. IFMS, I don't know what it means. They have disconnected it so that they can externalize, steal, and siphon all the cash that is in Malawi. We want to say something here of Muvi Wachilungamo. We are not going to be in the government, and you are not part of the government, but we are part of the eyes of future Malawi. You will run away, but we will make sure whichever country you go, there must be extradition order for you to come back and give back what you are stealing now. For you to come back and refund, and you should be punished for making Malawians poor. While you think you are superior, you can steal from them. They had earned tax money. The money that you borrowed, yet it's Malawi that will pay in the next 50, 60, 70, 100 years to come. What a pathetic people. Do you ever think about your grandchildren? Or maybe because this money you are planting it for your families, what about someone who don't have a relative in your government? What about someone who don't have any friend from your government? What about someone who don't have anybody, just a Malawian? You show his tax to fund, to budget for your children, for your concubines. In 2020, this is time of cleaning up. And we are summoning Parliament. As you are there, this is the time to remove immunity. Now, don't do it after Peter Mutharika lose. Now, remove the immunity. Whoever eats salt and sugar and go to excrete in the toilet must be held accountable. No position or chair can give somebody a justice proof. Never. Everyone must be judged. Everyone must face the consequences of the law. Everyone must be held accountable. Therefore, we hear that if IFMIS has been disconnected so that money can be externalized, we are watching you. But unless you promise that you're going to the moon, or you're going to the Jupiter, or to Pluto, but as long as you're on Earth, we are going to find you. That is a promise. It's not just a talk. It's a promise. Another story I just found us here that you try to entice some of the Muvi members, though some of them have labeled against Muvi, but I heard that you entice them and give them 6 million each, or 60 million or 12, I don't know. I heard the story, but I'm not about that because I'm not one of the people who are bribed. And I stand for Malawi for my patriotism, and I will never receive money to exchange my right with money, because I believe money has to be made by a person himself, not to be given, not to be bought. So I can never be bought. Muvi Wachilungamo will never be bought. But there are members of Muvi that were contacted by one Lakson Njolomore, sent by, they say, Brown Pinganjira, to coerce them that they shouldn't be talking something against DPP, therefore money will be exchanged. I'm told accounts were exchanged and money has been deposited. I was just told that, but we want to say something. It's not about why you pay them or why you didn't pay them. The question is, why are you spending money buying people? Trust is never bought, it's earned. Trust, you don't buy trust, you have to give it, then you earn in return trust. If you think you can buy people, I want to say something here as part of the campaign of Muvi, that I want to speak to Adubele Muluzi. Do you think it's logic to load people in horse and trailers, trucks, from Chilaju to Mulanje, from Mulanje to Zomba, from Zomba to Lilongo, from Lilongo to Ngarabe? You always fail people to follow you. And then you want to give a picture to Malawians that you are followed by a large number. I got an audio that was spoken by one DPP cadet, who is saying, who are we cheating? Who are we fooling? Because in this case, we are fooling ourselves. DPP is fooling yourself, because if you lie, you are lying to yourself. There's no member, a patriotic citizen, who will be bought by money and zip his mouth. They know there's no member who will be given a material of DPP or UTM and think he will change. No, that will never happen. Therefore, instead of flying on MBC, and I want to warn you, MBC is you who listen to it. MBC is DPP and UTF that are watching. The rest of us watch other channels that tell the truth. Not that we hate you, but because we know you don't like the truth, so we can't listen to rubbish. We listen to truth. Now, if you are doing all these things, you are just wasting time. Propaganda will not buy you votes. Lies will never put you in, keep you in government. And even ferrying people from one place to another, you will never get assistance or help or votes. Not even sympathetic votes, you won't get it. The best you should do is go around, promise the people, tell them, what are you going to do? What are you going to do that you did not do in 5 years gone? Where is Mombela University? Where is Nzuzu University? Where is Nzuzu Airport? Where is the 5-star hotel in Mangoji? Where is Mangoji International Airport? If you answer those questions, then maybe you're going to get a vote. If you answer that there are crisis ships coming from Beira, are they landing at Nsanje port? If you show the Malawians that, you'll get a vote automatically. Where are the 10,000 houses of police officers and military officers? If you show the people that, you exactly going to remain in government. But if you don't give them that answer, ferrying people in the trucks, going to everywhere, will not buy you any vote, will never get you vote. Adubele Muluzi will never be a vice president. Buying materials of UTM and MCP, giving your own supporters to pretend or to show like they are going from UTM going to your party, still is the same number. Nothing is going to change. You are cheating yourself. You are cheating yourself. Stand up and be human beings. I want to say something here. If you see a parent spending his last money buying liquor, you must know he or she will be divorced by the wife. He will be disowned by his own children. And this is what Mr. Peter Mutaga, you have done, and DBB. You take money in this critical time to go and buy liquor.